I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I'm divine, I'm unbeatable, I'm creative, honey, you can get in line.
Hello there, my name is Pel Motabani. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Well, let's continue to break down this trending topic from the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. Please do excuse some background noise that you might keep hearing. My neighbor's dog, I think he's not very happy. He's been crying and crying for hours. We'll just push through that. So yeah, but what I wanted to touch on very quickly as we continue to engage strongly on this heated space, and it is a very heated space. Let's not forget that you and I, my friends, you and I, we are part of the court of public opinion, meaning we're not the actual legal team. We're not the judge. We're not the defense. So as much as we feel very strongly sometimes about how we feel concerning these proceedings, the truth is that in the grand scheme of things, none of that matters. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Many of us watching here do not even have law qualifications. I do not have a law qualification. I don't have anything that is remotely close to a law degree. I'm a chartered accountant. You know, these books right behind me, this is ACCA, and then FRM somewhere there. So my reactions are my reactions. I own them, and I don't expect them to be the same as yours. I expect them to be different. Sometimes we'll agree, sometimes we won't. And that's okay. That's okay. After all, we still want the same thing. Even if we differ in opinion, we still want the same thing. So we don't have to get to a point where it gets so heated that it seems like we are really fighting. So we should calm down sometimes. Right. Now, let me tell you, I've been really waiting for the defense to start interrogating these vehicle tracking reports. I've been waiting for that, knowing that Mugomezulu is a very thorough person. I like him. I think he's like Shololo. He's very, very detailed in his investigation of reports sometimes. So I was really waiting for that. The thing is, I really do believe to a large extent that these police officers, they did beat up accused number 2. I believe that. The reason why I believe it is that right from the very beginning, when the accused number 2 started alleging that he was assaulted, he was choked, he was suffocated, he was electrocuted, right from the beginning, his story has been very consistent. He's been very consistent. Of course, at times it felt very exaggerated, but it has remained somewhat consistent. So to me, I felt like it's either this accused man is a very good liar, or he indeed has been assaulted at some point. As for the version of the various police officers that took to the stand, I do hear them, but to me it felt like there was a strategy to say we are going to deny. It was a denial of ever assaulting him. But you know, sometimes the truth can come out with the things that you are not really saying, or the things that you are not really admitting to. So the accused's version of events the day before his statement was taken by Colonel Rapadu, it seemed to me that he was very clear as to the detours that were taken as he was being transported, the detours that were made and what happened during those detours. His story is not changing. His story is the same. Now, what has come out from the AVL reports is that it appears that the police vehicle, this Fortuna that was used to transport the accused, it indeed spent quite a sizable amount of time in the vicinity of the areas where Ntanzi had said he was taken and then assaulted. It spent quite a sizable amount of time there. The reports indicated a lot of excess idle time near Alberton. And while at that spot, Mohani confirmed that that's where the police escort arrived. You know, the likes of Jonathan Buthelezi, Mapumulo, allegedly. That's when those ones arrived. And remember, the original story by the accused is that after they took him to that remote spot, those men came, and those are the men that allegedly assaulted him. So when Advocate Mugomezulu asked what they were doing all that time around Alberton, I had not expected that answer at all. He basically said they had a breakdown, detailing a series of unfortunate events that started happening with the car. Like he started seeing some smoke coming out of the Fortuna, losing power. Then he proceeded to force it to drive to a nearby filling station. Remember, the accused had said there was a filling station nearby as well. Then at that point, that's when he called Gininda, when they had driven to that spot by the filling station. And then Gininda asked him to get escort while they waited. The car tracker was also showing that right before that, earlier during the day, there were multiple instances of overspeeding. So that was very suspect. While they were there for those long periods of time, that's when they ended up going into Wimpy to buy food, even for the accused. So while still on that point, I think I think the advocate was really reading our minds here, because we also wanted to understand how they were moving that much in 2020 during the COVID time. Remember, in 2020 we had a serious case of COVID. Advocate indicated that from the 1st of June to the 1st of August, the country was going through level 3 lockdown. It was serious. During that time, it was serious when it came to movement restrictions. But the officer said the restrictions did not apply to everyone. Yeah, but I don't think Wimpy would have been open at that hour. I don't think so. So it was just not coming together. Then shortly afterwards, he said poured oil into the car, then switched off the engine. Around 0023, he started the engine again. The tracking report picked again immediately a speed violation at 0057. Imagine, it wasn't even like an hour after all those very unfortunate series of events that ended up with them having a breakdown. Now he's already having a speed violation. Isn't this very suspect to you? I mean, I understand when he said things can change very fast, even trying to give the advocate as an example, that you can be here and then all of a sudden things change and you are sick, you have to go to a doctor. But that story sounded very made up. Like, for example, again, when the accused alleged that they took him to a spot where there was a dumping area nearby. The tracker did indeed show that at some point they were indeed at where there was a dumping area nearby. And they were idle there for 40 minutes. 40 minutes, imagine. What were they doing for 40 minutes? How is that for a coincidence? When the accused person says, at some point I was taken to an open area, there was a dumping site there. Then the reports come in and they show that you were indeed there for at least 40 minutes. How is that for a coincidence? Officer Marani did indeed, he indeed confirmed all those detours that the accused has said were taken. The only thing that he didn't confirm was that when they were making all those detours, they assaulted him. That's the only thing that he didn't confirm. So it sounds very fishy. Just imagine it's a group of policemen around midnight with a man that has been accused of shooting the captain of a national team. Do you think they'll be there breaking bread with him and having a good old time? I struggle to imagine that. I do believe those are the pockets where they did beat him up. Why would you be out there at midnight with an accused person? Well, that's it from me for now. As always, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this officer and his stories? Please do remember to click on the like button, to share the video, and to subscribe.